Every story has a beginning. Some begin with love, others with betrayal, and some with the kind of whispered mystery that lives in the corners of every village. In Gavaldin, a quiet town wrapped in gray stone and superstition, that mystery is the legend of the School for Good and Evil. The townsfolk pretend not to believe, yet none can ignore the pattern. Every 4 years, without fail, 2 children vanish. Some say wolves take them, others claim they run away. But the truth, passed down in hushed tones, is that they are chosen. One is taken to the School for Good, trained to be a hero or princess. The other is dragged to the School for Evil, shaped into a villain or witch. And every fairy tale read in Gavaldin is said to be the tale of a child who once lived here. For Sophie, these are not ghost stories, they are promises. With golden hair she tends every morning, skin she scrubs with homemade potions, and a wardrobe of carefully sewn dresses, Sophie lives her life preparing for the day she will be chosen. She dreams of silk gowns, royal palaces, and a prince who will rescue her. To her, Gavaldin is a prison. To be chosen by the School of Good is her escape. Agatha is the opposite. Dark-haired, pale, and misunderstood, she lives in a crooked house on the edge of the graveyard with her mother and her black cat, Reaper. The villagers whisper that she is a witch, a creature cursed. She hides behind sarcasm, glares, and long, shapeless clothes. But Agatha has something Sophie does not: loyalty. When the world rejects her, she clings to her friendship with Sophie, because Sophie, unlike the rest, never treated her like a monster. Together, they are outcasts, 2 halves of a bond that seems unbreakable. As years pass, Sophie's longing only grows. She imagines herself sweeping into the Castle of Good, leaving Gavaldin behind forever. She believes it is her destiny, and even begins preparing farewell letters to the townsfolk she will leave behind. Agatha, though, wants nothing of it. She only wants Sophie safe, here in the real world, far from the darkness of fairy tales. But destiny does not ask permission. On the night of the choosing, the town is silent. Every child sleeps with fear in their heart. Sophie waits, not with dread, but with anticipation. Agatha lingers nearby, ready to protect her friend if the shadows come. And then, the night air splits. Wolves with glowing eyes and talons of steel emerge. The sky trembles. A storm of black birds and spiraling winds carries the girls into the sky. They scream, clinging to each other as the world falls away beneath them. Through the storm, the outline of 2 castles appear, one radiant, glowing with towers of marble and spires that glimmer with gold, the School for Good. The other rises like a nightmare, all thorns, jagged turrets and twisting shadows, the School for Evil. Sophie reaches toward the golden castle, certain of her fate, but in a cruel twist, the magic casts her down into the thorned courtyard of evil. Agatha, kicking and screaming, lands in the shimmering halls of good. The girls are torn apart. At once, their nightmare begins. Sophie is mocked by her classmates in evil. These are future villains, sharp-teethed, sneering, trained in curses and cruelty. She insists she does not belong, begging the teachers to move her. But the School of Evil insists there are no mistakes. Sophie is told to embrace her darkness, to stop hiding her true self. She refuses, clinging to her dream of good. Agatha finds no comfort in good either. Among the polished princesses and noble princes, she feels like an intruder. Her lessons involve etiquette, singing with birds, dancing gracefully, things that only make her scowl. She cannot understand why she has been placed here. All she wanted was to return to her old life, with Sophie by her side. But the Storian, the magical pen that writes destiny, has written their roles. Days turn into weeks, and the two girls cling to each other during stolen moments. They sneak across the bridge that divides the schools, whispering plans to find the schoolmaster and beg him to correct the mistake. But the master offers no help. Instead, he tells them that the school never errs. Perhaps he suggests their friendship blinds them from the truth of who they really are. Sophie grows more desperate. She sees in Tedros, the golden son of King Arthur, her chance to prove she belongs in good. Tedros is admired by all, brave, strong, destined to be a hero. If she can win his love, surely the school will see she is good. She alters her behavior, reshapes her words, clings to beauty even harder, hoping to impress him. But Tedros sees through the mask. He notices Agatha, awkward, unpolished, but genuine. Her honesty and her unwillingness to flatter him intrigue him more than Sophie's forced charm. And slowly, his attention shifts. For Sophie, this is betrayal. To her, Agatha was supposed to be her ally, her anchor. Now it feels as though Agatha is stealing her dream. Anger begins to boil inside her. Her classmates in Evil sense it. They whisper to her, telling her to stop fighting the truth, to embrace the jealousy, to let her anger fuel her. Sophie tells herself she is only trying harder, only fighting for what she deserves. But the truth is harder to admit. Every step she takes toward proving her goodness brings her deeper into evil. Agatha, meanwhile, notices the change in Sophie. She tries to pull her back, to remind her of who she is, of the kindness she once showed. But Sophie's smile has grown sharp, her laughter brittle, her eyes darker. The friend she knew is slipping away, replaced by someone who craves power more than love. And all the while, the schoolmaster watches. His eyes gleam with amusement as he sees the girl's friendship tested, strained, fraying at the edges. He has waited centuries for such a story, for he knows one thing Sophie and Agatha do not. In every fairy tale, balance must be tested. Good cannot rise without evil, and evil cannot exist without good. One will stand, one will fall, and the pen will write history in blood and light. The tale of Sophie and Agatha has only begun. The days at the schools descend into a storm of tension. The rivalry between Sophie and Agatha, once hidden beneath smiles and whispered promises, becomes impossible to ignore. Where Agatha quietly grows into her unexpected role at good, Sophie spirals further into resentment at evil. Agatha struggles still with the shallow lessons of charm and grace. She's no fairy tale princess. Her winkles wrinkle, her hair never stays in its perfect curls, and she moves with the grace of a startled cat rather than a queen. But as her classmates bicker over vanity points, Agatha shows what true goodness is. She comforts those who cry after failing. She sneaks food to the lonely. She even dares to question teachers when their tests feel cruel. These moments, small to some,
ripple through the school like drops in water. Slowly, others notice her authenticity. Sophie, across the bridge, has no such reprieve. The school of evil sharpens her like a blade. The teachers push her to embrace jealousy, cruelty, and trickery, telling her these are not flaws, but strengths. At first, she resists, trying desperately to prove she belongs in good. She powders her face, adjusts her golden hair, and clings to the image of Tedros as her prince. But each rejection, each failure in Good's eyes, drives the poison deeper. Soon, Sophie begins to excel in Evil's curriculum, crafting curses, manipulating classmates, twisting words into daggers. She hates herself for it.